For today's class, you need a wall, a block, and a blanket. And we'll start standing away from the wall with our feet about hip distance apart and our arms out into T's with the palms open. Lift the chest and then begin to circle little circles back. Circle your arms back as you breathe. And circle your arms forward. And then on your next inhale, reach both arms out and up. Get as tall as you can, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And then we'll reach for opposite elbows above our head, just lengthening up, using both hands to gently draw the elbows up. Take a breath in here. Breath out, side bend over to one side. Inhale as you come back up through center. And exhale, side bend to the other side. And keep moving like that. Remember to not let your shoulders collapse in like this. We're keeping nice and open. But if your shoulders don't like this, you can always release the hands, take them lower, and still move through this side bend, taking our time. Always adding just a gentle tug of the elbow to create more space on the side that's open. Next time you inhale and rise, stay there, lengthen. Exhale, release your arms down by your side. Just shake it out a little bit. And then come to step with your back to the wall. Your heels are just a couple of inches away from the wall. And we're taking our arms into that cactus shape, checking in. During this whole exercise, we're going to do wall angels. Okay? During this whole movement, we're not letting our ribs open out like this. We're drawing in actively. Okay? If your arms don't touch, that's okay. Don't touch the wall, that's okay, but just make note of that. Breathe in, glide the back of your arms against the wall as you reach your arms up and out into a V. And then exhale back through your cactus, drawing the elbows down towards your waist and squeeze the shoulder blades behind you, again, without popping open like this. Slowly, slow and strong, inhale up and then out. Exhale down and squeeze at the bottom. And this whole time we're breathing and we're keeping the back of the head pressed against the wall the best you can. One more time to reach up and out on your inhale. And then exhale, arms can just come down all the way by your side, but leave the palms open and the upper back against the wall, upper and middle back. Now, let go of all engagement of the neck, so let your head just jut forward a little bit. And then tuck it back strongly, almost like you're trying to make a double chin, but instead of moving the chin down like that, we're going straight back so the chin's parallel with the floor. And then just do that a few times, really slow, feeling the engagement of the muscles in the front of your neck as you tuck, and then the release as you come forward. I call these chicken pecs. And they may not be the most attractive yoga you've ever done in your life, but they're really good for us because these muscles in the front of our neck tend to get really weak and overstretched because of this constant forward head position we're always in. A lot of us are in. I shouldn't assume everybody's in it. Okay, and then next time the chin tucks back, leave it. And then keep this whole nice, tall posture and step away from the wall, trying to keep that posture. Breathe and find ease, mountain pose, feet rooted down, chest lifted. And then you can release. Turn towards the wall. Place your palms flat against the wall, about at the distance, the height, of your hips. And then step back away from the wall into down dog on the wall. So we're gonna start with a bend of the knees. We're gonna press the hands into the wall to press the hips back and bring your ears in between the shoulders, looking straight down to the mat. Now, once you're here and you're in this nice long position of the spine, then you can start to straighten your legs a little bit, but if you feel like that brings rounding into your spine, keep the bend in the knees. The intention of this pose for today is not to stretch the hamstrings, the backs of the legs, but instead it's to get traction and lengthen your spine. So we're focusing on pressing our hands into the wall to send the hips directly away. We'll spend a few slow, deep breaths here, in and out the nose. From here, keep your hands where they are and just lift the chest a little bit. Lean forward towards the wall. Just see if you can keep your heels down for a calf stretch and bring a little lift of the chest. Take a breath in and breath out back into your down dog. Keep moving like that. Inhale as you rock forward, open the chest, and exhale as you press back. And then next time you come forward, coming into a wall stretch on our forearms. So bring the forearms to the wall, walk your feet away a little bit, and then let the chest and shoulders collapse down towards the floor. And we'll just hold this one and breathe. I'm interlacing my fingers here, but you can leave the palms planted and the forearms parallel on the wall if that feels better to you. But think of melting the heart down towards the floor. Take your time to come up and walk yourself towards the wall. Give your shoulders a little shake, a little break here. And then take your block. We'll place the block in between our thighs above the knees. Walk the feet out pretty far away from the wall. And then sit your hips back and back against the wall, head against the wall. Now, we're gonna start with the lower body. So start to bend your knees as you slide your back down the wall. Now, if you notice your knees going past your ankles, walk the feet out a little further, or if that feels uncomfortable on your knees. Squeeze actively into the block as you continue to sit down. So you wanna go low enough to challenge yourself, but not too low in that you can't get back up, right? So the back of the head is against the wall, the shoulders, we're squeezing into the block. If you feel any discomfort in the knees, we're gonna come out of it just a little bit, or we're gonna walk our feet further away from the wall, okay? Another thing we can do here is really dig through the heels. Okay. From here, take your arms up into that cactus shape. And breathe. Find the depth that's a challenge to you. Take your time to slide back up the wall, take the block, set it aside, and just kick your bottom, bring some movement into your joints here. Okay, so turn one shoulder to the wall and step in pretty close, just a few inches away, maybe a foot away. You can adjust that. And then stretch the arm that's closest to the wall up behind you at a diagonal. The other arm, you can plant that palm on the wall for support and traction. Okay, from here, we're gonna start to turn our body away from the wall. So if you start, kind of turn towards the wall, and then press yourself with this hand that's on the wall away from the wall. So you control the depth of this stretch. This is for our pecs, our chest that gets really tight. Now, I like to leave a little bend in my elbow instead of doing a completely straight arm, but see what feels good to you. And you can also play with the angle. You want to find the deepest stretch. So maybe moving that hand down an inch, up an inch, till you find a stretch that feels good. And then we'll hold and breathe, letting the shoulders soften. They're not up to our ears. And you might notice after a few breaths that your body opens up a little more and you can press yourself a little deeper. Slowly release, and we'll turn the other way for the other side. Stretching out to that diagonal and planting the other palm on the wall by you. Starting a little turned into the wall, and then you can start to press yourself away. As you breathe, notice if one side feels tighter than the other, or different in any way. I notice a huge difference in my right from my left. My left is a lot tighter. We're slowing our breath down to find ease here. And then take your time to release. And just circle your shoulders back. Moving into balance, I want you to stay facing the wall, but step back a little bit away. Just that if your left fingertips can still graze the wall, okay? So we'll leave those fingers there for now. We'll shift our weight to the left foot. We'll kick up the right heel behind us. Now this right arm reaches around for the foot. We're going to take external rotation of the shoulder. So instead of reaching for the foot like this, under, we're going out like the thumb's moving back behind you, okay? If the foot's there, take hold of it. If it's not there, that's okay. If you do have a strap, you can wrap a strap around the ankle and hold onto the strap, or you can just hold this active behind you, okay? But if you've got the foot, we're facing the wall. We're going to start to kick the foot into the hand and kick that knee, the back knee, up and back. And the torso can start to come down a little bit. So you're pressed against this wall with this left hand for now, dancer pose. Now what you can do to play with your balance here, if everything feels good, is start to lighten the grip on your fingers and maybe take the left hand to your heart. But you're right by the wall, so if you need that wall, you can use it. And look what we're doing here. We're in a nice open chest position, fighting all of those postural imbalances in our body. To come out of this, let's rise up. Both knees back together, standing up tall. Release your foot and take both hands to the heart. Take a moment of stillness to breathe. And then we'll move on to the other side. The right fingertips graze the wall. Kick up the left heel behind you. And then remember, it's that external rotation, the open shoulder, to reach around for the big toe side of the left foot, the back foot. Okay, little bend in that right knee. Start to kick the foot into the hand. kick the knee up and back as we open the heart. This is a back bend. Maybe we lean forward a little bit. Maybe we lighten our hand on the wall or play with our balance here by taking the hand to the heart. Slowly come upright. Take one more breath in and a breath out as both feet come back down to the mat, both hands come to the heart. Take a big inhale through your nose and let it go with a sigh out of your mouth. One more like that, breathing in slowly, filling up with air. And sighing it out. And now get your blanket, if you like to pad your knees, and place it right at the wall. And we'll come down with one knee against the wall, or a couple of inches away, and the other leg extended out to the side. And you can plant the foot with the toes straight ahead, or if it feels better in your body, you can come up on the heel. Either way, we're pressing out of the floor and then stretch the left arm up to the sky. This is where you want to be pretty close to the wall because we're using the wall as feedback to create space down the left side of the body. So first, we're just extending up to the ceiling as we breathe. And then on your next exhale, side bend over to the right. Now I want you to try to keep the bottom part of your ribs and your hip up against the wall. And it's just this upper part of your body that side bends. On your inhale, rise back up. And then we'll turn to the other side, taking our time. Making sure we're pretty close to the wall. You might have to wiggle a little bit to get there. And then stretch the right arm up, or whichever arm is closest to the wall, up to the sky, lengthening the side of the body. Feeling the support of the wall on your right side, down your right side. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, keep the hip glued to the wall as the upper back starts to side bend over to the left. And this is to keep us from crunching into the waist. We're keeping that lift and length, that axial extension, and then adding in a little bit of a side bend. Rise back up, take a breath in, breath out, let everything release. Now we'll come to lie down on our back for a hip stretch at the wall, figure 4 at the wall. You can put the blanket under your head. Now you want both feet on the wall to start. And all of this takes a little finagling. And it just depends on how tight you are, on how far away from the wall you want to be. So you can explore this. So from here, we'll take our left ankle on top of the right knee, flex the foot, and gently press the left knee away. And this is a great place to stay. If it's too intense, we can walk the right foot up the wall a little bit or scoot our body back away from the wall. And if you want a little more, we can scoot our hips in towards the wall and then just actively press the right foot into the wall as we stretch. Gently rock side to side here. And then we'll unwind both feet back against the wall, taking the other side, right ankle on the left knee, flexing the foot, and gently pressing that knee away from you. Taking your time to make any adjustments. I want a little more stretch, so I'm going to come in. I'm going to wiggle up closer to the wall. Rock side to side. And then slowly unwind. Draw both knees up into your chest. Take your hands on top of the knees and guide your knees around in circles, massaging your low back. Take the circles the other direction. And then keep the knees into your chest. Release the arms down by your side. Inhale, kick your legs straight up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend your knees into your chest. And keep moving like that. Next time, your knees bend in towards your chest. We're going to stay there and then wiggle as close up to the wall as you can for legs up the wall. Okay, so if this is too intense to have your hips right against the wall, too intense for your hamstrings, you can scoot the hips back a little bit for more space. Another option here to make this more of an inversion is to take a blanket or several blankets even, and put them under your hips so you're elevating your hips a little higher than your heart. You can always keep a little bend in your knees. Just find a spot that's comfortable in your body that you can rest in for a few moments of stillness and quiet and rest. And let everything settle. Begin to deepen your breath. And still in complete quiet and stillness, start to notice how you feel right now. Notice any subtle sensations in your body and your breath. And say a silent thank you to yourself for choosing to spend your time this way today, taking care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. And please rest here for as long as you like. Or you can draw your knees up into your chest and return to the rest of your day. Hi, Mikah here from Yoga with Mikah. And if you enjoyed the class today, it's actually part of a 28-day therapeutic yoga program called Path to Posture. This program is designed to enhance your body's natural alignment and decrease aches and pains. If you're ready to begin your journey to better posture, then head on down to the link in the description and sign up to join us. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.